The day began with soft sunlight peeking through the cracks of a tiny attic window. Leo, a gray tabby cat with a small patchy cap, stretched and glanced over at his two younger sisters. "Time to wake up," he said gently. Mia, the playful one, perked up immediately at the smell of toasted bread. "Bread toast! My favorite!" she squeaked, her blue eyes shining. Lila, the quieter sister, sat up with a yawn, mumbling a sleepy thank you. Leo had saved the last piece of yesterday's loaf, toasting it carefully over a candle. Though it wasn't much, the love behind it made it special. "I'll bring home a big loaf tonight," Leo promised, adjusting his cap as he prepared to leave. Mia and Lila waved from the window as Leo stepped into the bustling streets of Whisker Town. At the warehouse where Leo worked, Mr. Whisker, the gruff but fair manager, pulled him aside. "Leo, you're a hard worker," he said. "I've got a special job for you, a big delivery to the bakery. If you can manage it, there'll be a triple loaf in it for you." Leo's ears perked up. A triple loaf would mean days of food for his sisters. "I'll do it," he said firmly. "There's a catch," Mr. Whisker warned. "You'll have to cross the bridge into Dogwood Alley." Dogwood Alley was no place for a small cat. It was full of stray dogs, and everyone in Whisker Town knew to stay away. But Leo thought of Mia and Lila and didn't hesitate. The cart was heavy, loaded with sacks of flour. Leo harnessed himself in and began the trek. As he crossed the bridge into Dogwood Alley, the air grew quiet, and the cobblestones turned rough beneath his paws. Suddenly, a low growl broke the silence. 3 scruffy dogs appeared in his path, their eyes fixed on the cart. "Well, well, what do we have here?" said the leader, a mangy dog with a torn ear. Leo stood tall, his tail puffing up. "I'm just a working cat trying to make a living. Let me pass." The dogs circled the cart, sneering. "Or we take the bread in the cart too," the leader growled. Leo's heart raced, but he spotted a sack of flour teetering on the edge of the cart. Thinking fast, he flicked it with his tail. The sack burst open in a cloud of white dust, blinding the dogs. "Now's my chance," Leo whispered, pulling the cart with all his strength. He dashed through the alley, the flour cloud behind him, hiding his escape. By the time Leo reached the bakery, his fur was dusted with white, and he was panting hard. The kind baker, an old maid